end of my junior year, going into my senior year, I got twin girls on the way. Mm-hmm. Couldn't have came at a better time. Couldn't have scripted it any different. I'm looking at the ultrasound of these two girls, and I'm like, I got to go to the league. Like, Pine Bluff I won't be able to provide for them here, like in this situation. I have to go to the league. I locked in, bro. I lie to you not. I locked in like none other.
I'm Ndamukong Suh, and welcome to No Free Lunch, where we talk to experts and athletes about how the most successful people in sports manage their money and grow their wealth. Danny, man, we got another one out here in the UK.
In the UK. How you doing, man? How's the UK life treating you? Is it second home away from home, or what's the vibes?
The UK has always been the second home away from home. I love it out here, although it's a little frigid out there, so a little rainy at times. But man, it is always good to be back.
I'm curious, Jamaican roots. I know there's like a lot of Jamaican folks that are in London. Is that kind of some of the tie-in there a little bit? Is there a through line there for you?
For sure. My mom was not born here. She was born in Jamaica, but my aunt, who was the youngest of four, was born in Birmingham, England. So I've always felt that England is a part of who I am, and I found out my grandparents and my aunt lived here, and my mom also, before they moved to the States, and when my mom, I think, was in high school. But I mean, also, it's the same weather as Portland, Oregon, so it's one and the same as well. So cold or rainy.
That's funny. That's 1-to-1. But our guest today, Terron Armstead, former Saints great, Miami Dolphins, doing a lot within his community, with his community center down in East St. Louis, but then also from an investment standpoint. And since he's retired, really kind of delved into the media space as well. So excited for the conversation. Yeah,
man, super good dude. We've gotten to know each other over the years, not only from PAC, which is Pro Athlete Community. My boy Caleb Thornhill started, and I helped him build. But ultimately, man, Terron has been one of those guys that I've had a lot of respect for in this league. Yeah. Having gone against him, kicked his butt a couple times. He didn't kick my butt a couple times. Yeah. Not physically, but from wins and losses. Let's make sure that's clear. But a really good dude. I'm excited about this conversation.
No chip blocks,
There
wide.
was plenty of chip blocks. There's plenty of that. But those he was getting help from the tight ends and whatnot. I'm sure we'll get into it at some point in time through the conversation. Let's hop right into it right here on No Free Lunch, boss. I'm going to call you Mr. Armstead first and foremost. But T-Stead, man, welcome to the show, to No Free Lunch. I appreciate you joining. It's a pleasure to have you, but I want to jump right into it. I want to learn about your childhood. And you're from East St. Louis, Illinois, and you grew up there in a rough environment. Tell me what that was like. And I know a lot of people may have gotten a glimpse into your retirement speech of what that's like, but share with our audience of what it was like growing up in East St. Louis, Illinois.
For sure. Well, first, appreciate you having me on the show. Definitely looking forward to this conversation. Growing up where I'm from, East St. Louis, Illinois, specifically a small town called Cahokia. Mm-hmm. In Cahokia, Illinois, it's a town that's full of talent. I'll say that. I feel very strongly about that. Athletically, we could compete with anybody. Really, really well known for speed. So in my high school, we won like 8 state championships in track over a 10-year span. So really known for speed. I won state personally as a shot putter, as a thrower.
Whoa. What was your throws? What was the state championship throw?
At state, I was struggling. So I think I won state with like a 58 or 59.
Okay. And then what's your best throw ever that's on record?
My best throw in high school was 61. My best throw in college was like 63.8.
And that with the 12-pound shot? 16-pound shot? Wow, 16 okay. Pounds. My man should have been in the Olympics. Okay. I asked because I won state in a great state of Oregon, which is a track and field state, as you know.
Yep.
And I won 61-4 state champion my senior year in shot put. So I just wanted to check to see if your receipts was really about that in the track and field, boss.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah, so being from East St. Louis, Illinois, it's a high crime area, unfortunately. Poverty, not many resources, not many success stories, no mentorship programs, no boys and girls club, very limited. So athletics was our escape. That's what we did to get away from anything. Athletics and music. A lot of my friends growing up, some not here anymore, some incarcerated still today. And it's just really lack of knowledge, being ignorant to the outside world. Like, people from back home don't leave home for whatever reason. They just don't. They don't. We weren't pushed to go to college. We weren't directed and advised to do much, honestly. And it's painful to think about now that I live in Dallas and North Dallas and see all the resources and see the preparation for life. We're so far behind back home, working to change that through my foundation, the community center and all those things. But East St. Louis is a rough place, man. You learn a lot there for sure. I appreciate my time being home.
Yeah.
Learn how to survive. You learn awareness, learn how to respect people and also demand your respect without asking for, you know what I mean? Just your presence. So,
it's interesting, and I believe everybody has their trials and tribulations, but obviously the extent of where people's trials and tribulations are much different in their environments. And one thing that I can, having known of you for so many years and playing against you, never knew a lot about your history and where you grew up, but understanding your story and researching it and being able to have such a positive outcome and be filled positivity. How did you have that mindset growing up and to where you're at now, and what has led to that?
Man, tough question. So I really think God had a plan for me. He had a purpose for me. And I didn't want to involve myself with certain things for whatever reason, bro. I didn't, even a lot of my friends and closest friends, best friends, just got into certain things that I never did. Just the hanging out activities, gang related activities, just becoming a part of a gang or groups or whatever. I just never wanted to. Smoking weed, drinking, like a lot of drugs in those poverty-stricken areas, one thing you can find is some substances. So there's no shortage of that. I never touched it, bro. I was just afraid of it even. So I stuck to the sports. I went to the schools and all that, and my environment was my environment. So I was a product of my environment, but not the result of it. I just wanted something different, and I think it was divine. We'll go to school. We will all have to go to school, enter the gym. You get patted down. You walk through these metal detectors. You grab your backpack. You go to class. Like, that was normal to me. I thought that was every school in the country.
That's crazy, yeah.
You know, so it wasn't until I got to college and realized that wasn't normal. And that was just my environment. So when I did leave to go to Arkansas Pine Bluff, it was also a rough area too, but it just opened my mind to more. And talking to people from Dallas and California and different areas and hearing about how they came up and what they were doing, I started to realize it's more than East St. Louis.
Yeah. So you mentioned Arkansas Pine Bluff, and I'm curious to what your recruiting process was like, and then you making that final decision eventually to go to Arkansas Pine Bluff. And really, what was that process like?
It was looking back at it, it's sad because I had no idea what the college process was. Like, no idea what clearinghouse was. No idea that I took an ACT test at school, but it didn't count. It was a practice test. So I was completely ineligible, like off the radar from all the big schools.
Yeah.
So So I never had a chance, for real, to go to a big school because I wasn't even in the database. Mm-hmm. So I'm finishing up my senior year in high school, that second semester of my senior year. So I had schools that came up and talked to me during the football season, and then it just was like radio silence. No type of conversations happening at all, even from the smaller schools. So nobody contacted me. So I called the coach from Arkansas Pine Bluff because that was one of the schools I wanted to visit to. Mm-hmm. I called the coach that was recruiting me. His name was Craig Ray. And I asked him, I'm like, you know, what's the situation? You guys have a scholarship for me. Like, I want to come down there. He was like, man, I was under the impression you weren't going to school. Mm-hmm. You don't have any of your clearinghouse stuff, not even started. We gave all the scholarships away. Like,
oh wow.
If you want to come down, walk on, you know, maybe we can talk about that. But, you know, no scholarship. So I'm sitting in the bathroom at Cahokia High School, and I'm lost. And long story short, so I pretty much begged him. I begged him, like, if you could find a way to help me get down there, like, I'm coming. And he went and he talked to the track coach because I had just won state in track, and they decided to do a half and half. So I did a half football scholarship, half track scholarship. And that was it for me. Like, if I didn't get in Pine Bluff off that phone call, I wasn't going to school. I wasn't going to college. It was a wrap. I was going to just be at home in Cahokia. So
I mean, that's impressive though. At 18 years old, to proactively advocate for yourself, to be able to not only get into school, but, for lack of better words, negotiate a conversation in a scholarship to not only go for college football, but also college track, and leveraging those resources and your talents is, I mean, that's impressive. And I want to touch on a little bit more of really that under recruitment, that how can you see yourself helping other and sharing that story with other youth of being able for them to be on top of their understands of what the process is to go through clearinghouse, go through these processes, but let alone, especially in a day and age with NIL and all these other ancillary pieces that are coming out of the woodworks that these young athletes have to deal with.
Yeah, I think especially in places like Cahokia, East St. Louis, like they have to use all resources to prepare these young people for college. Like, every person that walks into a high school, the reason of high school is to prepare for college, is to find out what you want to do next and in your life journey. I can't say that was our goal there at Cahokia. It just was up next. Like, high school was up next. And nobody went to college, bro. Even the guys that broke records in state championships for track and did well in football, very, very few people went to college. So we had no idea of the process. So I would encourage the programs like that to really put people in position to facilitate that part of it. Walk everyone through the process, because it's a lot that goes into it. Like, my first time hearing about clearinghouse, I had literally no idea of its existence, like, at all. And this was after National Signing Day. So I'm already just behind. And for me, I'm gonna continue to share my story. So just that part alone, like sharing my story so it can touch one person and they have awareness to know you got to take these necessary steps in order to even be eligible for college. So at my community center, man, we're preparing people. We're preparing people for not only college, but real world, like very non-traditional teaching. We're teaching handshakes and eye contact and, you know, life skills, character development, financial literacy. Like, we're talking about the stuff that matters most.
Yeah, man, that's important, because to your point of not having somebody there, I was fortunate enough to not only have two great parents, but ultimately it was a coach and a counselor that looked me in my eyes and told me, hey, you have an opportunity and you don't need to sit here and focus on beating the talent that you're going against every Friday. Let's focus on the talent that's out in all of the U.S., let alone
Wow.
Also, let's focus on this schoolwork that you have to make sure that you're doing. And my mom's a school teacher, and I always knew in the back of my head, like, school is most important. That was, trust me, beat into the back of my head. But ultimately, a lot of kids, for whatever reason, we don't always want to listen and hear it from our parents. We want to hear it from an outside source that we listen to and grab towards. So definitely continue to share your story, and I'm happy to help you with that here on the podcast. But ultimately, like, where did you see that under recruitment and that struggle and you having to advocate for yourself shape you as a human, but not only that, your work ethic?
Great question. I think it really showed me early, like, if you want something, you can go get it. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think it gave me that practice early. If you want something bad enough, you can find a way to get it done. And I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what I was asking for. Yeah. Like, I got down to Pine Bluff, so I hated it. And I begged for it. I begged for the chance to go down there. And I got down there the first few days, bro, I hated it. Like, what did I get myself into? But I told myself, this is what I want. I want to go to college. I want to play college ball. I want to do these things. So it taught me that early. If you want something bad enough, you can do something about it. So that message, that early exercise really helped me throughout the rest of my career.
So with taking that notion, if you really want it, you got to go get it, and you know you can go get it. At what moment did you realize that you had a real shot of playing this game of football for a living?
Yeah, that's another one where a similar situation kind of came up for me. So throughout my college career, I came in, I started as a freshman, playing well, you know what I mean? But I'm at Pine Bluff, Arkansas. So I don't necessarily know how I stack up against the guys at Alabama or Georgia, you know, because I might be really good here, but I have no idea, like, completely blind to the outside world of college football. So my freshman, sophomore, junior year, I'm just rolling through and playing well. And going into my senior year, I have my twin daughters on the way. Living fast in college.
Hey, man, twins is amazing, man. I didn't know you had twin girls. I got twin boys.
Oh, man. How old?
My boys is 4. Be 5 at the end of March.
Oh, nice. So that's a great age.
Yeah.
My twin girls are 13, so pray for me.
Yes, man. I will pray for you. It's real. 13. You about to be in the thick of it.
It's real, bro. It is real. I promise. So, going into end of my junior year, going into my senior year, I got twin girls on the way, and couldn't have came at a better time. Couldn't have scripted it any different.
Yeah.
The idea of them on the way sparked me, motivated me, really. Like, I'm looking at the ultrasound of these 2 girls, and I'm like, I got to go to the league. Like, Pine Bluff I won't be able to provide for them here, like, in this situation. I have to go to the league. I locked in, bro. A lot of you not. I locked in like none other. I was at the gym every day. I was working during the day. I took a job as a janitor in Pine Bluff, so I'm cleaning schools, gym floors and bleachers. And yeah, people are nasty. But
hey, there's no doubt about that.
I'm doing that during the day, and I'm grinding. Like, I'm at the field house, hitting the weights, watching film. Bro, I came back my senior year a different person, different player. Like, I was league ready. By the time that senior season started, I was league ready. And I even faced a little more adversity. The last practice before the first game, Patriot scout was there, Steeler scout was there. I cracked my collarbone in one-on-ones. Taking somebody to the ground, he pulled me down, fell on my collarbone, boom. So I missed the first game. Yeah. I played the rest of the season with the collarbone jacked up, but I was on one. I was on one. Them 2 girls in mind, and I really felt like an NFL player. I went to the All-Star game, East-West Shrine game, Senior Bowl. So I see the guys from Alabama, Georgia, LSU. I'm here.
And you standing up and showing you can play. It's crazy how life can throw things at you and you stand up to all the challenges, because I remember vividly, and I mean, I was super blessed in my situation of being able to come out into the league and whatnot. But I remember in 2008, I mean, which was, the world was upside down. And my mom's a teacher, so she's set and she's good. But my dad is self-made and a mechanical engineer, got his own company, and it just has lost all the savings. And we had real conversations about money in my family. And so I was like, I got to go to the league. I got to figure out like how we can do this. And they were like, nah, there's no pressure for you to do that. We'll be fine. Like, we started with nothing. We're from third world countries. We'll be good. But ultimately, I'm like, nah, this is not why we're here, why we were brought here and whatnot. And why I went to school is to help provide. And my goal was always to go back home and build a different division to my dad's company and whatnot and grow it. But like, that motivation of seeing that struggle was what propelled me to go back for my senior year, and then obviously being a top pick from that standpoint. But you were a third round pick in the 2013 draft, and you got to share a locker room with Drew Brees, one of my Jordan brothers, and Cam Jordan. What was it like coming into that locker room from a small school as a rookie? And I mean, in my opinion, you were without question when we started playing against each other, like, you were a true leader in that locker room. What was that like?
First walking in, it was surreal. And the way the Saints locker room was positioned, they had like all of the players' locker room like around the perimeter of the locker room, and then the rookies, we had these wooden lockers. They wheeled them. They wheeled them shits in there from wherever. So they had these wooden lockers, small, really small, and we shared them. So all the rookies, we had like a little stool and these wooden lockers or whatever. But from my wooden locker, I was on the corner, I can see Drew's locker.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at Breeze. I'm not watching him get dressed and nothing like that. That's crazy. But I'm watching Drew. And I'm just like, dog, that's Drew Brees, right? He's right there, bro. Like, we are in the same locker room. Like, it was really, for me, so it was really that mind blowing to just be in that room. Like, I thought it was fake, bro. My first couple days, it just was like unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we're just doing workouts. There's no practice or anything. It's off-season program. So we're just doing workouts. And I'm trying to compete. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, because I just finished my senior year in college, and that's what I was doing. I was working out. So, yeah, I'm in there trying to show off a little bit. But it was just surreal. Y'all look around, I see Drew Brees and Jonathan Vilma, Will Smith, may he rest in peace, Malcolm Jenkins, Roman Harper, Jari Evans, like, just so many legends. These guys had just won a Super Bowl, too, a couple years before. Yep. So just looking around, man, it was just a surreal feeling. And I just wanted to be able to be a part of it, like, be a part of the culture, make them guys proud, show them I'm a worker, all that from the very beginning. Yeah. So you talked about all the greats and some of the amazing players that you got to play alongside and be in a locker room with. But I'm curious to, who was some of your most favorite battles and players to go against that you had a lot of respect for? I mean, I didn't get a chance to always go against you because I'm more interior most of the time. But I remember you locked down that left side quite a bit. We weren't really looking at go to the left side for a pigeon. We going to the other side. I appreciate that. No, we had some battles with y'all for sure. I don't know why we lined up several times, Saints Detroit, but with Ziggy Ansah on one end, you and Nick Fairley in the middle, it was, bro, terrible. Yeah. So yeah, those matchups were great. Early on in my career, I'm trying to see who I was seeing the most. Because we had a stretch where we were playing against the Vikings and the Rams like every year when I was in New Orleans. And you were with the Rams, hated you, hated everything that y'all stood for and did.
Yeah, we had to come steal that one in the NFC Championship. You already know.
That was definitely stolen. Let's say, matter of fact, we need to talk about that too. So we need to talk about that.
What happened? What happened?
You tell me.
What no call? There was a no call because there was no reason for it.
Please don't do that.
I mean, tell the audience. I'm not really sure what we're referring to because
you've seen the play, right?
I'm going off memory right now, but if I'm not mistaken, the ball was tipped.
No, it was not.
I'm just help me remember. Bring it back to me because I don't.
See, it takes me to a dark place. So, all right, we're in the red zone.
Yeah,
we're in scoring position. It's third down. Sean Payton calls a play, a bit of a gadget play, to where the slot receiver is in the backfield. He goes in motion left. He comes back. We snap the ball. He's out in the flat, going downfield, but in the flat to the right.
Yep.
Drew throws the ball, untouched.
Okay.
Nikhil Roby-Coleman.
Yes. Elite.
He was shocked by the play. Like he saw the motion late. So he's sprinting to the receiver who's open at the time.
Yep.
So by the time that the ball is getting there, Roby takes him out. He never sees the ball. He just takes him out. Helmet to helmet, way too early. I mean, like the most blatant pass interference in NFL history.
Okay, what down was it?
Third down.
Okay, so you guys could have went for it on fourth down.
We kicked the field goal.
Okay, and it tied the game, right?
No, we went up 3. Yeah, they went and Golf went down and tied the game.
Oh, okay. So you guys went up 3 points.
Kicker kicked like a 62 yarder to send it to overtime.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate you correcting me on all that because then we went to OT and we both had a chance to win that game in OT.
We're never supposed to go to OT. We're never supposed to go to OT. We get the pass interference call, which is the right call.
Okay.
We take a knee. We kick the ball with no time left. We kick the field goal with no time left. So it is no overtime.
Interesting.
Saints were robbed.
I mean, hey, I don't see it, but
I'm sending you the clip again because you
please do. My memory is a little false.
You did it on purpose. You did it on purpose.
Okay, I appreciate you. Please text that to me. I will look at that one. So since we talk about receipts, let's slide into some money receipts because I want to talk about what it was like when you saw your first check and when you obviously turned pro, got your first check. Do you remember how much it was?
I do. So before I got down to New Orleans, I signed my contract, 4 years, $2.2 million. With a $617,000 signing bonus.
Okay.
So boom, I get down to the NO. They give me my first check. I've been seeing all this report, $617,000. I get my first check. It's $323,000.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, I'm happy. You feel me? I'm happy. All right, well, I got me some money on. Let me put this in the bank. And then a week or two go by, and I call my agent. I'm like, when are they sending the second half of my signing bonus? He like, what do you mean? What's the second half? So I tell him it was 323. The signing bonus was 617. We had a long conversation.
Yeah, you learned about a long conversation.
I learned about taxes for the first time in my life. It hurt my heart.
Yeah,
it hurt my heart so bad, bro.
And it's mean because don't nobody say nothing to you. They just say, hey, here's a check, good work, and you'll figure it out. And that's one thing that I've never understood in this day and age because you go do an endorsement deal, you go do something that is fun, exciting, and you get the full check. But they don't tell you on the back end you're going to get a 1099, aka that they're taxing you just in the reverse way versus the W-2, as AK was your signing bonus, they just said, hey, we're just going to take it out the check and not even let you touch it from that standpoint. So it's interesting. So what would you say, knowing that, that you could text your 18-year-old self one piece of advice about money, and what specifically would that be?
I would tell myself, if I was to learn anything outside of the game, it would be finance. Like really just and not necessarily try to become an expert in the topic, but to be knowledgeable about finance, to understand taxes, understand the power of credit, understand the just all of it, bro. And some knowledge. I had none, like completely ignorant to finances. This was my first money. You know what I mean? I did the janitor job in Pine Bluff, so I'm making $500. You know what I mean? That's cool. And I'm saving all that for my twins. Mm-hmm. But when I got that first check and I saw that half was gone, like I couldn't negotiate with Uncle Sam about, all right, look, how about I give you this much right now? And nothing. It was just gone before I got the check. And that I struggled with that, bro. Mm-hmm. I really did. Like it scared me because I started to look at the money that I was supposed to have. It was cut in half. So it changed things. And I had really tough conversations with my family. Like I got into it with my mom about she asking for this and that for her and my sister. I'm like, no, can't do it. Can't afford it. What you mean you can't afford it? It says 2.2 million on ESPN.
Yeah.
That's not the case, Mom. I'm trying to, and she has no idea either. So yeah, it was, man, I would really tell myself to seek knowledge.
How were those conversations with your mom and family members and really your community at the end of the day when they look at, man, you're a millionaire? Like, there's not many of those people that come out of East St. Louis that are millionaires and like really are people at the end of the day. So how did those conversations transpire when you are in the league and then you played for such a long period of time and made so much money? Like, how do you continue to have those conversations and people understanding, well, you've had 2-3 contracts. Like, what does that look like?
It's tough. It's tough. And I can safely say it's never ending. Mm-hmm. Early on, like the conversation with my mom, it was the first time ever being at odds. Like we never had a situation where we couldn't talk through or what. She my mom, so she really tells me what to do at the end of the day. But I had to stand firm on this because I went through the rookie symposium and went through the pre-draft meetings, and they saying like people go broke because don't invest in a restaurant, don't give your money away. Like that's really what they tell you. So I'm having that conversation with her, and she wants the NFL life, like the NFL mom life. Want a house, car. I literally cannot afford it, like no chance. So that was our first time being at odds and didn't talk for a week and really had to like find a way to unpack that. And as I learned, I tried to educate my family. Yeah. But it's so many people that you come across throughout life, from high school, college, in the pros, that will see you as a security blanket. Or that safety net and have no problem asking. For me, I struggled with it. Yeah. For many years, Sue. I promise it was even depressing at times that I couldn't have normal conversations with people that I've known for many, many years before the league. That every conversation lead to me listening to their problems. Or at the end of it is asking for something. Like every conversation, I struggled with it. Like for real, it was depressing.
But that's the thing where a lot of people don't understand the things that we got to deal with when it comes to that. And everybody look at you with their hands out. And I mean, I thank God all the time. Like my mom could have retired, chose not to. And same thing with my dad. Like, I mean, he's just built to work all the time from that standpoint. But like the family and friends and people that just don't understand what comes with this burden of it's a great thing to have, but it's true. More money, more problems. And the problems just look different. And the stresses look different.
Facts.
Instead of it's stressing to find how you're going to get your next meal, it's stressing to like, how do I have this conversation with somebody I just grew up with and I love to death? But ultimately, we're growing apart because they don't understand the things that I'm doing and don't have empathy for me dealing with that. And so I'm curious to ask you, like, how are you going to teach your 13-year-old daughters about having those conversations, not only with you as a family, but with their friends? Because I'm sure they're looking at you, oh, your daddy's rich. Let's go use your money and go get something and do it, like preparing them for life from that standpoint.
I think their starting point is way different than mine, which is why we do what we do and why we did what we did for so long, is to change the trajectory and the starting point of our children. So for my kids, they have way more financial knowledge at 13 than I had at 21. Yeah, way more. So they take business and finance classes here in North Dallas, and we've had sit down conversations about money because they see what we have. You know what I mean? We got nice things. We got a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they start to ask for X, Y, and Z. And it's my job to keep them grounded, feet on the ground. Like, very much, when you work for what you get. Plain and simple. I worked really hard for what we have. And you'll get provided for in a lot of areas, but all the extras, the wants, you got to work. Yeah. Plain and simple. And for them, they have a really good understanding of finance, about giving it away. They've learned about taxes already and those things. So they have their starting point is way better than mine. So I feel pretty comfortable with them at this point.
Man, that's crazy that you say that, because my boys, it's interesting. Sometimes I take them to the store and purposely go look at some different things and don't buy a thing and walk out. Just because they know in the back of their head, Dad, like, you can buy this. And right. I'm like, yeah, I can buy it. You can't. But it's also like, we don't need to go to the store every single time and buy something and get something that we want. We go get what we need and move on from that standpoint. So, man, it's super important. But my last one for you on Show Me the Receipts. What's one thing you like to spend on that you'll never put a limit on?
For me, experiences. Travel. Okay.
Yep.
Seeing the world. That's something, and food.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Food is one, but experiences, getting a chance to see the world. You know, I haven't seen the pyramids yet. I haven't seen a lot of things. That is something that I would spend. I would definitely pay to experience God's creations, experience history and monumental figures and moments, and I would definitely spend pay the expenses for those things.
Yeah, man, I agree on that, man. I mean, being able to see this world and immerse our kids in such amazing cultures outside. Like, I love bringing my kids to London when I'm here working with Sky, or I'm traveling anywhere. Like, I just got off a phone call about a business meeting and looking at something in Italy, in Lake Como, and I'm like, man, I got to bring my kids. They got to come see this part of the world. Amazing pictures and things of that nature. So I wholeheartedly agree with you on being able to spend and kind of splurge on experiences. But I want to transition a little bit and ask you about a recent piece that you did, and you had a heartfelt retirement speech. But I'm curious I retired recently officially, even though I ain't played in a couple years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You as well. What was it like, and how has your transition been?
Honestly, it's been surprisingly seamless. And I say that because I had talked to numerous people before I made the decision, and Drew Brees being one, and he scared me because like the way that he competed and the way that he prepared is no way for him to replicate that. And he struggled when he first got out of the league, just the voids of it all. Like he really did. And I'm looking at somebody like you're a Drew Brees, you're a first ballot Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion. You are record breaking, boom, boom, boom. Like, what else could this game give you? And he still had that voice. So that scared me. And talking to some others too. For me, and I thank God for this every day, is I went out on my own time, which in a sense, I was forced out because of my knee. Like I can't play no more. And that gives me the peace that I'm like, yeah, it's great to see and all that, but I physically cannot do the job anymore. So me battling to get back or working, trying to get a workout, it doesn't exist for me. So I think that's a blessing in disguise to have the part that I can't do it, even if I wanted to. So the transition for me has been pretty smooth, man. I've gotten into media, so I'm around the game, talking to the guys, other guys that's playing actively. It's been great. It's been great.
Man, I'm happy for you because I know that transition, and at least for me, is not always easy for folks. And it's leaving the game from a standpoint. I was very fortunate, very similar to you, of leaving it on my own terms and making that decision of saying, I'm not going to go back unless it was the right situation and quote unquote the perfect situation. And ultimately what really kind of kept me away from the game was my father and my boys and missing those experiences with them and whatnot. And ultimately, like, it gave me and it challenged me to look at life a lot differently. I'm so structured, like, and we're so used to 5, 6 o'clock in the morning in the gym, meetings, all these different things. Like, live a little bit. Like, go enjoy some other experiences and be around your family more versus where you're missing them and spend that time with them. But at the same time, we like to have that structure. So I was just curious, like, how that transition has been for you. So I'm happy to hear that you, in the media space, obviously I got to see you most recently in person in Madrid. We was out there at that game. So that was super dope.
What's been the most challenging part for you? So off the field?
To be honest with you, I mean, it's sitting still. I mean, my biggest thing is it's like I'm always traveling, I'm always working, and dedicating that time for my family, which has been a big focus for me over these last 2 years. And because I don't get to see my kids again at 4, I don't get to spend my time with my wife at 39 and whatnot. Living in these moments, and this last holiday break was really good for me too, because God has a funny way of making sure you sit still.
It's a fact.
I want to ask you a little bit more on the business side of things, because before we actually got on, you were talking about you're getting ready to go do some investor meetings. So, like, what is something that you find as one of your most prideful investments and kind of the biggest win that you've had to date being in the business world?
I would say all of it, man. Every investor meeting, listening to decks, listening to people give their pitch. It's all like reps. It's all furthering my knowledge and experience. Because that's how I am. Like I'm a guy. I'm a believer in reps. I'm a believer in practice makes perfect. You know what I mean? All those things. So same thing in the business world. I enjoy it. I really just enjoy the process, and to hear people create a startup from nothing, you know, in their basement, and they got it to a point now that they're ready to present to potential investors. I love it. I love the stories. I just love to be involved in those and get those reps. I can't say that I've had a big win yet in the investment world. I have some seeds planted that could potentially, you know what I mean, help my.
You care to share any of those seeds?
Yeah. I have a couple companies. It's a data analytics company called Markaz, and they house all business related information for pretty much every company around the world. And they have this cloud and this database, and you can get verified on Markaz as a small business or big business, and it helps you to get funding from the big financial institutions. So a small company, Teasted Water Company, we get verified on Markaz, and now we can get a loan from JP Morgan to scale or things of that nature. And that company has a potential to be the next biggest ad in business. You know what I mean? So It's in a spot right now. It is growing, but I haven't had the big return yet. But I do have some seeds planted.
And if you're open to sharing, would love to understand how you allocate, how you allocate funding, but then also how you decide at what initial investment and at what stage you're going to invest at. Because obviously there's multiple stages. There's early stage, kind of in the mid stage, and then also late stage investing. So just curious from your standpoint in what those types of investments look like as well.
Yeah. I think as I've been going and being in a space more, I'm like I'm finding my investor personality.
Okay.
Like what industries I pay attention to and I want to know more about it and get into more. And real estate, for one, I'll sit there. So this is a commercial real estate company that I'm a part of. I'm a GP of. I'm on the board. It's called Bones Investment Group. Okay. And throughout my career, I had some properties, rented out a few. So I was doing a residential real estate. I enjoyed it. I didn't love it though. And I met this lady named Till Henderson. Yeah. And she explained and expanded on triple net lease.
Yep.
Right up my alley. Like I loved it immediately. Immediately, I attacked her. I asked her for her time. We talked, we met, and we become super close. We work closely together. I'm invested into the company with a significant amount throughout the time because I've become really comfortable in it. I have been able to like eliminate certain risks through knowledge, to where I do feel like it's not as much of an investment. Like the risk is minimal because of the process, the due diligence before making the investment. So I can go up on certain things. Other things like startups and things like that, I like to get in early. Minimal money, high risk, but high upside. So I don't put big amounts in that. But if you got a situation like Bones Investment Group that has a history, has a track record, showing returns, I'll go in.
Yeah, not Teal. Teal is a cheat code. I will say that I've spent a lot of time with her myself, and obviously, especially being down in the Tampa area, she's shown me quite a few exciting opportunities. So we talked about it earlier in the conversation, but it'd be remiss for me not to bring it up. The Team Armstead Community Center. Let's talk about what that physical brick and mortar really means to not only yourself, but the community that it sits in, and really what's all within that community center.
For sure. It's the business side of it was a learning lesson that I'm thankful for, but I had wished I didn't have to go through it. Okay. Financially. Yep. Like I talked about where I'm from, not having resources or centers or places to go to, expand your knowledge outside of school traditional teaching. So just talking to teammates in the Saints locker room and the different facilities and resources they had, I wanted to create something back home. I had no idea what I was doing. So, but I want something bad enough. I do my best to make it happen. So I bought a bowling alley, an old bowling alley at an auction in St. Clair County, so back home in Cahokia. And I bought this 40,000 square foot building for $21,000. So I won in that aspect. Renovations now. I did not win in that aspect at all because I really didn't know what I was doing. I hired some family to come do X, Y, and Z. The projections, the numbers that they gave me were off by a lot.
I hope I'm sure your contingency was not at 50% plus. It was more like 10 or 15%.
It was worse.
Yeah, man. Real estate is very humbling.
Very humbling. Very humbling. So the community center, the Team Armstead Community Center, I completely bootstrapped. $3+ million later, I have a facility. Now, if I can educate the viewers and listeners and guys who have this same aspiration to do so, there's many other ways to go about it. Yeah. Many other ways. Partnering with your town, your city government would be the best route to go, in my opinion. They have funds allocated to these type of recreation centers or after school learning and things like that. So that money can go into it. There are facilities already in place in a lot of communities that are not utilized, just free space. You don't have to build a brand new center to create change. You can start in a school. You can start in an existing building already. But partnering with your local government, best way to go. If you're going to do it, they have the funds for it, so you don't have to come out of pocket. If you do come out of pocket for certain things, cool. But to bootstrap it and completely pay 100% for a brand new center, which I did, I would not advise at all. So I have a 40,000 square foot center. We have 2 event spaces, 2 conference rooms, 8 classrooms, computer lab, dance studio, game room. It's exactly what I envisioned. It took a long time to get there. And now we've closed down these last 6 months. We're about to open in the beginning of February with our programs, entrepreneurship program, mentorship program, and esports program. So we're open that up in February. Got a new director, all those things. So look, getting ready to take off.
Man, that's dope, man. It's an exciting thing to be able to support your community, but to have a staple in the community that people can go feel safe and honestly find resources to advance themselves, man. So you should, big congrats on that.
Thank you, brother.
T-Stead, man, this has been great to talk to you, but I'm not going to let you go just yet. I got to ask you for my most favorite question of them all. To date, what has been the biggest price you've had to pay for a breakthrough?
Yeah. No, that's tough, man.
And it could be monetary, it could be non-monetary, a life lesson, anything in and around that.
Yeah, no. So you're my guy. I'll share with you. It has nothing to do with money. Some years back, 4 years back, my father struggled with drug addiction. And the biggest price I had to pay for a breakthrough was a conversation with him where I ultimately gave him an ultimatum. Fix your situation, get clean, get sober, or you'll never see me and my kids again, which would hurt me, would hurt my kids, would hurt him. But it was a price I was willing to pay. And 2 months ago, we just celebrated his four years of sobriety. So that's a price we paid for the breakthrough.
Man, congratulations, man.
Appreciate you
for having that conversation, but just obviously the work and support I know that you've had to put into being there for your dad. I mean, that's incredible, man. You almost got me to tears.
I try to not get into that much because it definitely can get touching, but
yeah,
it was well worth it.
Man, that's awesome. Well, thank you, and I appreciate you joining No Free Lunch, man. We're going to have to catch up in Dallas. I ain't too far from you in H-Town, so
let's do it.
We'll link up soon, man.
I appreciate you, big dog. Thank you.
You as well.
The information provided on this podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial or legal advice. Always consult with a qualified financial and or legal professionals before making any legal or financial decisions or investments.
What a great conversation with Terron Armstead, man. A good dude, somebody I've had a lot of respect for in this league. Ultimately, when you look at his story and his life, to be able to go through the trials and tribulations, but then also have the tough conversations with his family, not only about money, but sobriety and everything around it, man, you got to give him kudos for staying strong and building what he's built to date. So my guy, man, I appreciate you. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe to No Free Lunch on Apple, Spotify, or YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.